Hey gang, Stephen Marshall, kylandlordlaw.com. Wanted to give you guys an update on the status of the eviction postponement situation here in Kentucky. As most of y'all know from my last video, all eviction hearings in the state of Kentucky effective yesterday, March the 16th, were postponed until the week of April the 13th at the earliest. Additional postponements could come, but they've not as of yet. So we're looking to get back in court the week of April the 13th. The good news is that the courts are continuing to accept eviction filings. So you can file now and preserve your place in line. And what we've been able to confirm that thus far, basically they're just substituting the week of April the 13th for the week of March the 16th. So if you had hearings that were scheduled for yesterday, March the 16th, those will occur on April the 13th. If you had hearings scheduled for today, March the 17th, those will be on April the 14th, and so on and so forth. So we're continuing to file. You'll want to continue to file so that you preserve your place in line once the courts begin holding hearings again. And right now that's scheduled for the week of April the 13th. But as you all have seen, all of this stuff is up in the air. It's a very fluid situation, and additional delays could occur, but none have been announced at this point and probably won't be for some time now. So continue to file, get your place in line. The other bit of good news is that the judges in Fayette County and the surrounding counties are still signing writs. So if you got a judgment prior to March the 16th, you can still get a writ of possession once your 7-day appeal period expires. That being said, I have learned that Louisville is no longer issuing writs. So that practice could feed out into other parts of the state. So don't count on being able to get your writs later. If you're sitting on a writ that you got last week or the week before in hopes that the tenant will pay, or you just hadn't gotten around to enforcing it, go ahead and get your writ, because I can't guarantee that the practice of continuing to sign and issue writs is going to go on in the near future. So don't sit on your judgments. Go ahead and get your writ as soon as the 7-day appeal process ends, unless you've got a tenant who's willing to pay you. If you've got a tenant who's willing to pay you and you don't need your judgment anymore, feel free to go ahead and accept that money. Just realize that if you're sitting on a judgment and you're hoping to get a writ later in the month, I can't guarantee that opportunity is going to be there. The last thing I wanted to bring to your attention is that I'm seeing tons of tenants who are requesting to get out of their leases. Okay, I know you guys are seeing that. Tenants are being laid off from their jobs, their businesses are shutting down, and so they're having trouble having rent money, and they're asking to be released from their lease. Whether you do that or not certainly is up to you. If they don't have legal cause to terminate the lease, then you're just left with the decision to do it voluntarily or to negotiate some type of buyout with your tenant. Certainly do that at your own discretion. There's no law that requires you to do that at this time. At this point, there is no federal mortgage payment relief. I'm hearing that could be in the works from the federal government, but at this point, you're still going to be bound to making your mortgage payment. So if you decide to require your tenants to hold up their end of the bargain, that certainly is understandable. That's going to be made on a company by company, property by property, owner by owner basis. So you have a lot of discretion there. I'm going to be sending out some language in an email to my email list later on that kind of gives you an idea of how you might respond to those requests from your tenants to be released from their leases. So I'm going to try to keep you updated as things change and develop. Like I said, very fluid situation all around. Hope you all are doing well. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email or give me a phone call. Hope you're doing well. Take care. Stay safe.